You didn't find this video by accident. I know people say that all the time, but this moment feels different because there are things God doesn't explain until you are strong enough to understand them without breaking. And if you are here right now, it's not because your life is perfect. It's probably because it hasn't been. You've been through confusion that didn't make sense, waiting season that felt endless, prayers you whispered late at night that felt like they hit the ceiling and fell back down. You didn't stop believing, but you did get tired. Tired of wondering why things work out for everyone else. Tired of watching doors close when you did everything right. Tired of feeling like you were ready, but God stays silent. And silence hurts more than rejection. We all know that. Because rejection has an answer. Silence just leaves you alone with your thoughts. Here's the truth no one tells you. God often withholds clarity, not because you are unworthy, but because you are unfinished. You feel me? There are things you asked for years ago that would have destroyed you back then, not because they were bad, but because you weren't ready to carry them. And God loves you too much to hand you something that would break you. Let me say that again, because someone needs to hear it slowly. God loves you too much to wash what requires maturity. You weren't ignored. You were protected. Think about who you were back then. Think about it. Emotionally reactive, easily discouraged, still seeking validation from people who couldn't even love themselves. You wanted blessing, but you hadn't learned boundaries. You wanted purpose, but you hadn't learned discipline. You wanted clarity, but you hadn't learned patience. So God waited, not because he forgot about you, but because he was shaping you. It was lonely. And shaping doesn't feel holy. It feels lonely. It feels like being fed out, like watching everyone else moving forward while you stay stuck, like wondering if you miss your moment. But growth happens in the dark. Roots go underground before anything shows above the surface. And some of you have been growing roots so deep that when your moment comes, nothing will shake you. But here's where it gets personal. At some point, something changed in you. You stop begging God to fix everything. You stop asking, why me? You stop chasing people who didn't choose you. Instead, you got quiet. You started reflecting. You started questioning yourself. Not in shame, but honestly, you started healing wounds you used to pretend weren't there. You feel me? That's readiness. Readiness isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't look impressive. Sometimes readiness looks like surviving without becoming bitter. Sometimes it looks like you letting go without closure. Sometimes it looks like you still showing up even when you are tired of hoping. And God sees that. God sees the restraint you learn, the wisdom you earn through pain, the strength you build when no one was cheering. So now, He starts revealing things, not all at once, just enough. A video that hits a little too close, a sentence that feels personal, a realization that suddenly makes the past make sense. That's not coincidence. That's alignment. Because when God knows you already, He doesn't just give you answers. He gives you understanding. Understanding changes everything. It turns resentment into gratitude. It turns waiting into preparation. It turns pains into purpose. And maybe right now, you are standing in between who you were and who you are becoming. That in between space is uncomfortable. You're no longer who you used to be, but you're not fully there yet. So it feels unsafe. It feels unstable, unclear. heavy. But hear this clearly. You are not late. You are not behind. You are exactly where growth happens. And when the next door opens, and it will, you will walk through it differently than you would have before. You won't rush. You won't beg. You won't settle. Because now you know who you are. And more importantly, you know who God is. A God who doesn't rush healing. A God who doesn't waste pain. A God who times things perfectly even when it hurts. So if this message found you when you needed it, sit with that. Don't scroll past it. Don't brush it off. Let it remind you that your waiting wasn't meaningless. Your silence wasn't abandonment. Your delay wasn't denial. It was preparation. And when God moves you next, you won't just receive it. You'll be ready to keep up. Peace.